Today, we live in a world of smartphones, social media, and space exploration. Our daily lives are filled with technology that would seem like magic to our ancestors. We order food with a tap on our phones, video chat with friends across the globe, and have access to more information than ever before. Our modern cities are bustling hubs of innovation, and our societies are interconnected on a global scale. But have you ever wondered how we got here? To truly appreciate our present, we need to look deep into our past. Let's take a journey back in time, to a world 100,000 years ago that was both familiar and alien. But before we go any further, make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. With that said, let's keep things moving. Throughout history, many cultures remained largely unchanged for millennia as our species gradually emerged from a harsh, primitive world. The human mind we know today is the result of countless breakthroughs, with even simple inventions like sewing needles or fishing hooks being revolutionary in their time. The creation of art and symbols marked an even greater leap in cognitive ability. By 100,000 years ago, anatomically modern humans had already existed for about 200,000 years. However, anatomical modernity didn't equate to behavioral modernity. As the Middle Paleolithic progressed, more modern behaviors emerged, particularly around this time. Evidence of these emerging behaviors can be found at sites like Blombos Cave in South Africa. Occupied from 100,000 to 70,000 years ago, it has yielded artifacts that have changed our view of early human cognitive abilities. One of the most significant finds is a piece of engraved silkrete from 73,000 years ago, considered the earliest known drawing. The cave also contains numerous engraved pieces of ochre dating back to 100,000 years ago, along with ochre processing tools. These findings suggest early humans were capable of abstract thought and symbolic behavior. Evidence of advanced tool-making techniques includes heat-treated stone points from 72,000 years ago, indicating a sophisticated understanding of material properties. Shell beads found in the cave, dated to 75,000 years ago, provide some of the earliest evidence of personal adornment. Animal remains in the cave show a diverse diet, including marine resources, suggesting complex hunting and gathering strategies. This gradual evolution of human capabilities is further exemplified by technological innovations such as the Kantanda harpoons. Found near the Semliki River in what's now the Democratic Republic of Congo, these clever fishing tools are about 90,000 years old. These harpoons aren't just old, they're some of the oldest complex fishing tools we've ever found. They show us that early humans were pretty inventive. To make tools like these, you need to be able to plan ahead, understand how materials work, and figure out the best way to catch slippery fish. It's like they were ancient engineers. The Kantanda harpoons also tell us something interesting about how people lived back then. Finding these tools suggests that fish became a big part of their diet. This was a big change in how they got their food, which probably changed a lot about their daily lives and culture. As our ancestors adapted their tools and diets to their environments, they were also developing more complex ways of thinking about life and death. This evolution in cognitive abilities is evident not only in their technological innovations, but also in their treatment of the deceased. Intentional burial, a uniquely human behavior, provides insights into early cognitive abilities, social structures, and belief systems. By 100,000 years ago, some human populations were practicing intentional burial. The site of school in Israel, dated to 100,000 years ago, contains remains of at least 10 individuals showing signs of intentional burial. Notably, School V, an adult male, was found in a flexed position with a boar's mandible in his hands. Kafse Cave, also in Israel and dated to around 100,000 years ago, yielded remains of at least 27 intentionally buried individuals. A young child's burial, Kafse 11, included a deer antler on its chest. The presence of ochre in some burials suggests ritualistic practices. These burials indicate social complexity, symbolic thought, emotional depth, and cultural transmission. While associated with Homo sapiens, Neanderthals also practiced intentional burial by this time. While some early humans were figuring out new fishing techniques and others were developing burial practices, a different group in North Africa was making big strides in hunting technology. This group, known as the Atan Culture, lived between 145,000 and 30,000 years ago. They created special stone tools with stems or tangs that made it easier to attach them to handles. This was especially useful for making better spears and arrows. These improved hunting tools were a game changer. They made hunting more efficient, which meant more reliable food sources. Some scientists think the Aterians might have even invented the spear thrower, a tool that lets you throw a spear much farther and with more force. The Atan toolkit also included scrapers, blades, and lavawa flakes, demonstrating advanced planning and skill. Key sites like Ifri Namar in Morocco, 145,000, 83,000 years ago, provide evidence of ochre use, hinting at symbolic behavior. Tafaralt, another Moroccan site, yielded 82,000-year-old shell beads, some of the earliest known personal ornaments. The Atan people were really good at living in different types of places. They could survive in the dry Sahara Desert and also near the coast. This shows they were clever and adaptable. They hunted big animals on land, but they also knew how to get food from the sea. These people lived for a long time, but their way of life ended about 30,000 years ago. This happened around the same time that North Africa was getting much drier. It was probably harder for them to find food and water in these changing conditions. Early humans began leaving Africa as the Atan culture in North Africa changed and faded. These journeys marked the start of human migration across the globe. Ancient remains found in Israel offer key insights into this process. The Mislia cave on Mount Carmel revealed a 194,000-year-old jawbone, the oldest Homo sapiens fossil outside Africa. Its mix of old and new features suggests diverse groups were involved in early migrations. Nearby, School Cave held remains of 10 individuals from 130,000 years ago with modern human traits. Kafse Cave contained 27 individuals from 100,000 years ago, some buried with ochre and shell beads, hinting at symbolic thinking. In 2020, fossils found at Nesher Ramla, dating 140,000 years ago, showed a blend of Neanderthal and archaic human features. This points to a previously unknown population. These Middle Eastern discoveries are changing our understanding of human history. They indicate humans left Africa earlier than we thought and that different early human groups likely interbred. The evidence also shows these humans were developing modern behaviors and adapting to new environments. The area now called Israel appears to have been a meeting point for various human species. This region played a crucial role in human evolution, helping explain how Homo sapiens became the dominant human species worldwide. We can't talk about how humans lived 100,000 years ago without mentioning the Neanderthals. They inhabited Europe and Western Asia from 400,000 to 40,000 years ago, reaching peak adaptation around 100,000. They were robust, with cold climate adaptations and brain sizes comparable to or larger than modern humans. The Krapina site in Croatia, dating to 100,000 years ago, yielded remains of over 80 individuals, showing evidence of potential cannibalism or mortuary practices. Neanderthals used Mousterian stone tools, including the sophisticated levallois technique. They were skilled hunters of large prey and gathered plant foods. Contrary to earlier beliefs, Neanderthals exhibited symbolic behavior, using pigments and creating complex structures like those in Brunical Cave. They practiced intentional burial and produced adhesives for toolmaking, demonstrating advanced cognitive abilities. Genetic studies reveal interbreeding between Neanderthals and Homo sapiens, with modern non-African humans carrying 1 to 4% Neanderthal DNA. Neanderthals adapted to climate fluctuations, but maintained small population sizes, potentially contributing to their eventual extinction. Now let's talk about Denisovans, another ancient human relative that mixed with our ancestors. Scientists discovered Denisovans in 2010 by studying ancient DNA. They lived around 100,000 years ago. Denisova Cave in Siberia, occupied from 300,000 to 20,000 years ago, yielded the oldest Denisovan fossil dating to 195,000 years ago. A 90,000-year-old bone fragment revealed interbreeding between Denisovans and Neanderthals. Genetic studies showed Denisovan DNA in modern East Asian and Oceanian populations, indicating a wide range. Denisovans were more closely related to Neanderthals than to modern humans, diverging around 400,000 years ago. Material culture potentially associated with Denisovans includes advanced tools and ornaments, though dating later than 100,000 years ago. A Denisovan mandible found in Tibet, dated to 160,000 years ago, suggests adaptation to high altitudes. Denisovans' wide distribution and environmental adaptability contributed to their genetic legacy in modern humans, particularly in high-altitude adaptations and possibly immune functions. What do you think life was like for our ancestors 100,000 years ago? What would you like to learn more about? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share your ideas, questions, or insights in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you found it interesting, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating journeys into human prehistory. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest uploads. Together, let's continue unraveling the incredible story of human evolution.